Hey everyone! If you're enjoying the coverage of the Pro Play Tour Online series, just remember, you can play in one yourself. Every Thursday you can enter our free weekly 64-player tournament with invites to the entire Top Cut. Every Saturday is our weekend championship, where you can enter a YCS-type event with 100% payout and even a cash payout option. The more players, the bigger the prizes. Can't commit time to play in our one-day events? We also host multiple 8-man pods daily, ready to fire on demand on your own schedule. All these events award invites to our free invite-only Players Championship, May 9th through 10th, with prizes supplied by our sponsors. For more information, visit ppgeventmanagement.com and come play with the pros.
What's up, guys? It's Jam1 from Jam1 TCG coming at you guys with some more totally awesome Yu-Gi-Oh! PPG action. We are on Season 2, Championship Weekend, number 7. And guys, we got an exciting matchup here. Like, we got former champion Elise Davis, aka Elysium on here, versus Zimmerman. Striker versus Altergeist. Crazy. So I am joined here with Aaron from Epic Card Games and Dale, YuGiTuber from Zephyr War Gamings. Guys, how you guys doing? What do you think about this matchup? This is kind of intense.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We're looking at a matchup that we've seen a lot happen over the past, year and a half. So it's going to be nice to rehash it with some of the new cards and see how it changes.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly... Striker have got a massive resurgence thanks to the LCS and just being rogue decks having good matchups against the current meta. But this is also going to be interesting because I think most of our top cuts, not many of them are even playing Adamantipates or Eldritch, although those on the top tables right now. But the matchups are certainly going to be like very interactive and very interesting to kind of see how these decks have shifted to the new format.
So here we are with the Ash and the Cosmic Cyclone going down for Elise. It's going to be a pretty strong start against Altergeist, where all we've got is a Marionetter.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I mean, we're seeing this quite consistently, that Hayate, now that it can no longer send Engage, is sending Ray. And I mean, it's interesting because technically strikers are light control as well. And being able to see who wins this battle, there's still the spoofing, there's still the Marionetta. And I think the issue with strikers right now is getting that consistency of, setting up that anchor or setting up that form of interruption.
Yeah, because the engine interruption right now is pretty weak overall. Like, you have to have 3 spells engraved for Widow Anchor to be live. Shark Cannons are pretty good at just against the meta right now, so that's like the only one they've got consistently. Everything else I've got to have through hard drawing traps and or hand traps. And without Engage, it's just a lot harder to do.
Ooh, Torrential Tribute. We've seen from the LCS anyways, a lot of lists have been upping into playing Torrential Tribute. It's pretty good. It's like massive removal, really old school, but it does the trick.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead against Striker, so this is probably like the best situation that he's going to get for it.
Indeed, Aaron, I completely agree. I was going to say, against Striker, with them be able to recur Ray so much, it doesn't matter. But yeah, he had to do it eventually, so that was probably the best time.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of had to drop it during that point, but as you can just see, Elise has recurred this already. Kagari bringing back the drones. Drones can then be set up as an extension for next turn as well. And all Zinneman has is protocol, and of course you want to see that spoofing, and of course you always see the Seal Coitus in hand, the one card you never want to see in hand.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty aggressive Cosmic Cyclone from Elise, and I think it was like a protocol that got shuffled back, and here we are with the spoofing just going to get continuous value. You got to get an Afterburner to clear that out. If not, the Altergeist deck can kind of just do whatever it wants. They can dodge all the Widow Anchors, or just dodge Afterburners. It's just such a versatile card in the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one good thing about Geist, in the sense that because the format is slightly shifting, we're seeing less reliance on Lightning Storm. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't make an appearance, because it certainly does, but it kind of allows Altergeist to come out of their cave. I mean, we've already seen Subterrors today. We're now seeing Altergeist. Aggro control decks, I'm not saying they're making a full-on comeback, but they certainly stand a chance of dealing with rogue matchups now.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
Oh, I was just agreeing. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was gonna say, so like I think like that's gonna happen for like now, and like as the format continues, like we're gonna go back to the old like lightning storms that are gonna be in the main deck, because like everyone has switched to hand traps to stop like the Eldritch deck, and people kind of just like stopped interacting with their back row altogether. But now that I think these decks are coming out more into the public, that we're gonna see like some Cosmic Cyclones in the main of Adamancipator decks. We're gonna maybe see some lightning storms come back. Like you can't just commit to hand traps anymore.
Yeah,
Right, and
sure.
that's the division there. Exactly. I was gonna say on what Aaron just mentioned. I said it better myself. It's like you can't just deal with one, because then you shut yourself off to losing to like the control decks. So it's interesting. But go ahead, Dell. You're gonna say something.
No, I was just going to mirror exactly what you two just said. So it's going to be interesting to see. I've seen Halley Frybrax. Oh my god, Halley Frybrax in Strikers. This is interesting.
It looks like that was an Ash on it.
Yeah.
So we got the Hornet
Ooh.
drones.
I assume this is the play that you were mentioning previously, Jam, that they kind of go into the access code talker, and because they've got so many different attributes, fire, water, wind, banishing 4 cards, clearing off a board, and then swinging it for gain is definitely one route to go with it.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I got to catch, like I said, the end of the LCS, and I saw Ryan use matches. It was crazy. Like they have so many attributes that the pops are almost unlimited. And like we've seen Access Code Talker just cleaning up and ending games multiple times before, but in Striker is so strong because the pops are almost endless. But that would have been a combo. He was sorry. So gosh, I'm tripping over my voice. Sorry. Elise was going to bring out the Veiler, climb into Salim, and then go for it, but the Ash meeting kind of stopped her from being able to do all of that.
Yeah, if she plays Zeke though, she's gonna be able to stay in her striker range, and that's like a really good addition to the deck that not many people have been talking about, just because of how irrelevant striker was for the time being. But that card's super versatile. It triggers Rose, and it also just lets you stay within your engine without having to like go make some super awkward plays.
Right. And that was a problem before, as you mentioned, Aaron, because before they would get a monster on field and then they had no way to clear that second monster without making something dumb like a Phoenix or a Cerberus. But like, yeah, Zeke is so nice.
And no issue. The Fireworks got stopped. She was able to stay in engine. We've got Veiler coming down. And the spoofing's still alive. That's most likely a Widow Anchor, but with spoofing on board, she can just dodge it.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of good already. We've only seen marionettes from Zimmerman, but like exactly like you said, because that spoofing is still live, anything that Elise tries to do can just be dodged, and Marionette is going to get that nice set as well, which will probably be a protocol. And then if spoofing is to tag out Marionetta, you're just going to set yourself up for a multi-faker play next turn as well.
There's not much that she can do about that, especially if he flips the protocol early, then Jamming Wave just kind of dodges everything.
Yeah, I mean, the card advantage is only slightly with Zimmerman, but it's just so powerful to kind of dodge around, and the only real threat that's floating around right now for Elise, or at least to provide to Zimmerman, is there's four different attributes in the graveyard. If she does open up combo without or can get past the interruptions and go into access code, you're gonna hope it's gonna be game from there, because the whole board is just gonna get cleared.
Yeah.
And that looks like a second protocol, if I remember correctly, that he set one under the faker.
Right.
So he went for double protocol over having the manifestation and the protocol.
It's kind of powerful though, because one will stop the Widowacre from negating, but two, like he'll have the extra one to get rid of effects. Like, so maybe to stop the Ray from coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting to kind of see how this goes from here, but
Right, see, here it goes right there.
yeah, we still got to kind of deal with that.
Oh, and that was
Ooh,
enough,
wow.
because shitting off the Ray literally ended
Still looking to earn your invite for the free Players Championship on May 9th and 10th? Visit ppgeventmanagement.com to learn about the different qualifiers available. From one-day events to play-on-your-own-schedule events, all events offer a buyback or cash option along with a 100% credit option redeemable towards any future pre-order at competitive prices. Grinding and getting paid to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Has never been easier. Play with the most professional worldwide tournament series today and join the online community. Come join us on Discord for assistance, info, and even discussions about future events.
So because of like the way she played her turn, she left herself pretty wide open to that faker play.
Oh, this is interesting to know. I wonder if she's gonna choose to go first or second.
Chose second, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Strike is a little bit better going second because the loss of engage means that their consistency is so low, but this is interesting. A set one pass from Zinnemann as well, especially I think he was preparing to go second, so this might have put him in a tailspin.
See, that's the thing though. It's like, again, we know now the natural momentum is for Sky Striker to want to go second, but do you allow your opponent who's playing control set 5, do you let them do that? Like, it's kind of scary. So like, I believe that he didn't know whether she was going to go first or second either. So that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah, but like even if you like don't know what you're doing, like maybe you had your bets as the Altergeist player, and either way, like if you're told to go first, you can't just like open yourself up to a blowout through Lightning Storm or evenly match. You just gotta play a little smart, and as long as you think and the striker's never killing you, so you can just like let them commit a little bit, and then it's gonna start becoming like a really interactive and like turns 2 and 3.
True, you're right.
Yeah, I mean we saw that in the Subterra matchup that he held on to like pretty much his whole entire hand and was only drip feeding the cards in play until his opponent put a face-up monster. Like you said, playing exactly around that Lightning Storm, because we all know how damaging that can be for if you don't have like a judgment or anything like that as well.
Yeah, getting a little aggressive here, not using the Ray effect in battle phase. I'd seen a lot of people back in like the old striker formats, like they would not do this to play around things like Called by the Grave, strikers to do all that, and she's just willing to use it and take any chances that happens.
Sure. Love that interaction though. It reminds me of like how Zoo can do with the whip tail. But yeah, like Ray gets in there for damage, then she jumps into her mech suit and attacks again with another one, dealing a total of 3,000. Date's effect is gonna send his drones to the graveyard. In main phase 2, she can keep doing more things.
Yeah, and she's choosing to go for the Hornet drones off of the Kagari instead of in the end phase with Shizuku. I generally seen it the other way around. Oh, she's not even going for Kagari. I'm curious as to why she sent Hornet drones, and that seemed like a card that you'd really want in the matchup, as we saw last round, game 1, whenever we had the Faker Protocol cut off her from engine completely.
Indeed. Not sure what her line of play is, but hey, she is a farm PPG champion, so I'm sure she knows what she's doing here.
We got the Cosmic Cyclone coming down. No trap cards, so it looks like there's no Faker from Sebastian's side. Hitting a Judgment, that's going to be really nice.
That Judgment could have stopped a normal summon or anything else game changing later on.
Yeah, I mean, do you now just go, well, I say go off, do you now just, because there's that Suzuku on board, do you just now set more cards and try and then control it back from here? Because, I mean, hand advantage is exactly the same. The only difference is that Elise has the 2 cards on board, one of which we know because of Suzuku's ad. So you now just take the risk and at least kind of set more if you have the possibility to do so.
Yeah, once the initial like back row is there, and once like a Sky Striker card's on board, I think you can go pretty liberal and just set as much as you want.
About to see an evenly match here for 1? That's not that great.
I mean, I don't think he thinks he's gonna. Oh wow, he drew Faker. So that explains a little bit. Yeah. But I would still do it. Like you're still outing a back row, and that evenly match is not getting any value over future turns whenever Sebastian commits to the board.
Yeah, indeed. So probably kind of like in game 1 we saw that Trento activation. That was like the best time to do it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get optimal use out of cards, so you gotta just get what value that you can.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this a couple of times today that people are just evenly matching for less, but it works out just as powerful as a Cosmic Cyclone, as some form of either back row hate or monster hate, just to kind of clear board off. And the fact that he could chain multi-faker to it at the end was crazy, because he's now going to get a search off of the Maleseek. He's also going to get Hextia, which is going to deal with any particular card that he feels is a threat coming from Elise. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. He hasn't even normal yet, so this is going to be crazy.
Ooh, with a Valor, but still, it doesn't do too much.
I mean,
No.
there may or may not be traps in his hand, so definitely gotta take that chance, and I don't think that Valor's gonna get much use.
Sure, Aaron, I completely agree there.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the right time for Valor. It'll be interesting to see where they kind of go from here. If there is no traps, then it's not looking the strongest, because I think everything is losing 300. Ooh. It's going to be Banshee?
Wow.
Oh, another.
Oh, no, another Hexia.
Yeah, it looks like he really wants to get that trap coming down. Probably a manifestation or a... Yeah, I would assume a manifestation at this point.
Yeah, bring back the multi-faker if it doesn't get met with a call by, and then you set up the silk play, and then the control pretty much shifts into your favor.
Or you can just get the other Hexia depending on your hand, but yeah.
Certainly
Hexia would be
interesting.
really good. It gets scary.
We all know that one of those is definitely a manifestation. I think that was one of the big weaknesses in Altergeist, was being able to get to spoofing, because it wasn't an Altergeist card, you couldn't search it, which kind of made it fair, because that card is so nuts for this deck. But then it was also quite a negative, because it was always spinning back as cost, so if it ever got ashed, you were losing 2 cards.
Yeah, like we saw it game 1, like it looked like it was a pretty big issue, but just the ability of spoofing to work every single turn was able to grind him back and through the game. So Shark Cannon's relatively dead. This is going to be the one instance where it's actually live in the matchup. See if she has it.
That'd be up. She's asking for target. She might have it.
She has
That'd be
to.
huge. That would be huge.
Oh, it's going through.
Wait, do you remember what she added off Shizuku in the end phase?
Lee?
I think it was Jamming Waves.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was a Widow, I would consider chaining the Widow to this Hexia, but
You're right, because
Yeah.
then Hexia isn't pointing to anything, so it wouldn't be able to negate.
Yeah, I mean, we're clearly going to see a Silkwares come from deck right now, and that's gonna pretty much... Ooh, thinking on the effect.
well, we don't know if there's a protocol set, right?
No, we don't.
You don't.
So, yeah, so there's no guarantee on that. I'm curious as to why he chose to do. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So he's gonna go for like the bounce play, and he chose to bounce the Faker over the manifestation, and we've got Strike coming down on the Ray.
Ooh.
I feel like it's a pretty big commitment, not knowing that at least there's still 5 cards in hand. Like that's a pretty big
Yeah,
assumption
it's-
that just doesn't have a continuation.
I
Agreed.
suppose he could have felt that because there's 3 spells in Grave, if he left that Strike, or didn't use that Strike...
The only other reason I can see for that is he's just super scared of that jamming waves coming down.
That's true, Aaron. That would have
got-
taken it out.
Yeah. Ooh, we've got the Widow. And there's 3 spells in Grave. Oh, that's why he chose the Silkwaiters. Okay, perfect. Sebastian's got to set up. Alright, we're gonna get some damage. Oh, it should be a game if everything goes through.
Wow, nice. Unless he might have the horse, the one that stops the attack in hand.
You have to have
you
a
need to
Altergeist
have
on
it.
board, right? I don't know if it's anywhere on the field, if he controls it.
Yeah, you need to control an Altergeist card in order to drop that down.
Ah,
I'm curious what
Oh,
he could have that stops us from being game.
Battle Fader. I keep joking about it, but it did happen one time on a big event. Like somebody dropped a battle fader out of nowhere and won them the game. It was crazy.
So we've got the Imperm on Rose. Oh, we're gonna trigger Faker.
Right. That's
well played.
heads up. That's pretty heads up.
So yeah, gonna block the attack. So Sebastian's hand that we know is just a manifestation. He's gonna get the Hextiad, so at least he's still in for a fight.
Yeah, could multi-roll. Did she use multi-roll's effect yet? She could multi-roll it away, actually. Oh, but then he would get advantage back with XD's
I can't imagine she leaves that card up. It's just too interactive on her turn. Or like on her next turn when she tries to stop him from playing.
So that's what she's gonna do, multi-roll it away.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the search because we all know that surely you just get rid of Rose, go into Kagari. Kagari can add back the anchor if you want it, or the drones. Multi-roll's live as well, that can take one of them back, but the second you take both of them back, and it goes to there's only 2 spells in Grave, so it can't really resolve effectively. Jeez.
Tongue-tied day. It happens. Yeah, agreed though. So let's see. Looks like Zimmerman's just thinking here.
An interesting point to talk about is just how much damage Sebastian did to himself this game, just through Strike and Cosmic. Like, the Striker deck generally takes a lot of time to kill, but if both players are playing things like Judgment that we see banished from Elise, we see Cosmic, the game can actually end relatively quickly just based on like how they have to play the game to not die.
Yeah, that's a good point, Aaron. That's another reason why too, like, a lot of control decks sometimes opt to play less of the Solemn Brigade, they call it, because it does drain a lot of life. So it might matter in this matchup, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, because these are generally decks that you would think are going to play 4 or 5 turn games, and like we're seeing like there was a game shot on turn 2 from the Striker deck, which is not what you expect.
Shizuku's effect on end phase to add Shark. And activate, classic old school. Activate the Shark Cannon. Get a counter on multi-roll.
Faker is no longer a resource.
You only get one of those.
Yeah, and I think the Shark Cannon's a really good set here, because you can, 1, set Hornet Drones on Sebastian's end phase if you need it, and 2, like, you get to stop the Marionetter from getting to either a Hextia or the Meloseek, whichever one's going to be.
Extravagance, that must have been the top deck. What an extravagant draw there. Is it enough?
I think it might be enough just to kind of bring or keep Zimmerman in the game.
Really would be
cards
huge.
Could be anything.
I
mean, we know he's got the manifestation in hand. We know he's got. Do we know anything else?
Manifestation, and I think that's all we knew at the time. He had 1 unknown, drew Extravagance. Oh, Marionetter, that he had off Hextia. I think he drew a Meloseek off of it.
Meloseek is so annoying. Oh, the Veiler.
So Veiler's generally not that good of a card in the matchup, but in this situation, it's coming in super hot.
I mean, I'd see all you can really do now in the main phase 1 is turn Meloseek into maybe Link Rebo to get the search off, but then you need to have something to protect that or back that up with, otherwise it's just going to get met with the Widow Anchor next turn and straight into game.
Right.
Game on board right here. And there may not be any Link Creepers in his extra deck to be able to clear this off.
That would be very damaging if he. I mean, maybe they were playing free. He could be playing less, but to lose all of those on the Extravagance.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that would be rough.
Yeah, not even no Amirage or anything.
I mean, I assume you've got to find a way of getting Meloseek off the board, because right now, 1 swing from Shizuku is game. already down by 300 as well. Plus, there's a Widow Anchor. I don't know what the back row could possibly be in order to save Zimmerman on this one.
Air Force. It's like his manifestation.
Manifest Hextia next to Melisik, but even then that doesn't do enough because you just attack Melisik.
And she still has a shark cannon.
Ooh, that definitely helps. Spoofing, as long as you can put a...
We've got the Imperm in the shark cannon zone.
Imperm in a shark. Ooh.
That's so big.
It's going to turn off Shizuku in the shark cannon.
Pretty big swing here from Sebastian. Good Imperm placement.
There's the horse. Attack blocker we were talking about earlier.
So now he's got 2 ways to stop lethal.
That was very well played.
The issue with like multi-role being on board though is now Elise can just like take her time and end up like going for Afterburner a couple times if she has that option. So we got the protocol. Looks like he's trying to go for the clearing again on the Shizuku.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that the set card on Elise's field is Widow Anchor, so I'm surprised that he didn't... Oh, because they can't be negated, so it's going to be interesting.
Ooh, really big Cosmic.
Yikes. Oh man, the back and forth is everywhere. And
That is
wow, that's
game,
gonna
yeah.
do it. That was enough right there.
So how much time do we have left in the round?
Let's see.
22 and a half.
Alright, so we got plenty of time. Not gonna have to worry about any Hayate or kind of plays coming out to end the game.
And if you
Ash
want
on
to
the
start your...
extravagance.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, if you wanted to open up any card in your hand as Zimmerman, Extravagance was probably one of them, and this set 1 pass is looking good. Or at least, anyway.
Yeah, this was him choosing to go first, so we know he's not gonna have any dead evenlies, but he's gonna have less of a trap presence in the first turn just to play around evenly Lightning Storm like he did last game.
What a solemn judgment here.
Let's have his life points right off the start.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good play though. Unless she has the 1 Hornet drone, it's not much you can do from here. Especially with that engage, that play is like a lot stronger.
That's not something you want to see either as the normal summon of Silk. You've got to imagine that there's probably a spoofing, or hope that there's a spoofing in Zimmerman's hand.
Someone in chat wants us to highlight cards, like what they do better, because they don't know certain things. I forgot. We can't assume that everybody knows exactly what cards are, especially with these 2 decks haven't been played as often. But Afterburner's there. It lets her destroy a monster on the field, and if there's 3 spells, they can also destroy a spell and trap.
Yeah, so there was no spoofing coming out there, which this kind of makes me think that she had a Cosmic because she went for such an aggressive Afterburner on a Sokoitus. Because like attacking over for 7 isn't really a big deal.
Okay, and then
And
met with
another
a
strike.
Ooh,
Judgment.
what a judgment! Yikes! So what happened there was Ray used her effect to try to tag out into another suit, and then basically strike stops the Ray, but then Judgment says no, and then yeah, that's gonna be game because the next thing that would have happened is the suit comes out. It doesn't matter which one; it would have been enough damage to end the match.
Hey everyone.